Graduation day, a day of celebration and pride. Arisbet and her family feel an extra dose of pride not only because she is the first in her extended family to graduate, but also because of the obstacles this vibrant young woman overcame to reach this milestone. Obstacles that may have caused a less determined person to take a different path.
I remember getting the phone call from the hospital because, I don't know, for some reason my mom just didn't want me to be there, so I got the phone call from the hospital saying that my mom was in a bad situation. So we had to go down there, and we were in emergency care. And then once they finally told us that she had passed away, I don't know. I just felt, I don't know, I just questioned why. Like, why my family, why us?
2 days after Arisbet's 14th birthday, her mother died, giving birth to the family's 5th child. As the oldest sibling, Arisbet's life changed drastically.
We were also left with Maria, and we had to start caring for her. It was just really hard. I remember nights staying up way late, taking care of her while my dad could get at least a couple of hours of sleep.
Arisbet assumed the role of caring for her sisters. She picked them up from school, helped them with homework, shopped for groceries, cooked meals, and managed their home.
I just had to juggle school and home, like my home at the same time. And at times I felt it was too hard and would want to give up, but I didn't. I kept going with the support of my family, especially my dad.
Arisbet didn't just persevere, she excelled at school and was inducted into National Honor Society her junior year. She also volunteers in her Hill City community and at the Boys and Girls Club.
The Boys and Girls Club of the Black Hills is a United Way agency and has helped me a lot, and my sisters as well. It's important for me to set a good influence upon my sisters and upon kids around the community.
Nominated by the Boys and Girls Club, Arisbet was honored as South Dakota Youth of the Year based on academics, leadership, and service. She plans to attend college, majoring in forensic science. The next oldest sister says she is ready to step into her sister's role.
I'd just like to thank the Boys and Girls Club of the Black Hills. Without them, none of this would have been possible.
Arisbet is an everyday hero, a person who gives of herself to create a better life for her family and those in her community. Everyday heroes like Arisbet surround us, giving their time, resources, talent, and experience to benefit others.
When I pulled up, I saw the flames coming out of the bedroom window, which were at least 5 or 6 feet above the trailer at that point, coming out of the window.
And I fell asleep on the couch because I was up all night cleaning, and whenever I woke up to a loud bang, and the next thing you know, the entire place was filled with black smoke, and I tried finding my own way out, but I couldn't.
I ran around the house, kicked the door open, and the smoke was thick. You couldn't see anything. I mean, it looked like the middle of the night with no stars out or anything. It was that black.
I saw some light and started walking towards it, and Steve pulled me out.
Carried him across the street. By that time, when I turned around, the flames were coming out of the front window on the opposite side of the trailer. I wasn't thinking about the flames. I was just thinking about saving that kid. Making sure no one was going to die in the flames.
The Red Cross responded to the fire and helped Kevin with food, shelter, and clothing.
This is a perfect example of how the Red Cross responds out to disasters. We hear about it, we respond out. That's our basic goals, are to provide food, clothing, and shelter, help people back into the recovery process. We're just the first line in many social service agencies that are going to step in and help out. United Way funding helps most of those agencies then to help people recover from these types of unforeseen disasters.
Steve received the Red Cross Hero Award for saving Kevin's life.
People ask me if I feel like a hero, and no, I just felt like I was helping out my fellow man, my neighbors. You don't always have to walk into a burning building to be a hero. There's a lot of people in need out there, and that's the whole point.
When Greg Jostin collapsed at the YMCA, several people jumped into action to save his life.
All of a sudden I heard a racket. I looked away from the TV and the gentleman's on the ground. And at the time you can tell he was in distress, but he was breathing. I jumped off the machine and ran over to get Tony, who was in the back room. And within seconds, the first step in any resuscitation is early EMS notification. So Tony was on 911.
They just said, "Who knows CPR?" I said, "I do." So I was the only one to do it, and you just did it. And it was scary to think that you actually used it.
I was able to get the pads out, stick them to the gentleman's body, and push the button. At that point, the gentleman, his back arched up like you see on ER. The minute I laid my hand on his throat, it was a perfect pulse. At that point, I thank God. We had the opportunity to meet him and his wife the following Saturday and find out that he's a wonderful man, he's a wonderful husband, and he's a father of 4. I can't begin to describe how incredible it was to be able to shake this man's hand when he laid before me dead and was now talking to me and Lindsay. It was incredible.
I think my heroes are fantastic. My survival is really, I think, a miracle. You know, God wanted me to find out that I had this problem with my heart, and it happened in a place where He wasn't going to let me die. The YMCA had the AED here. There were staff that knew just exactly what to do here at the YMCA. It just worked like clockwork. It was like a well-oiled machine, and it's because of that I'm here today.
Donations are so important to the YMCA. In fact, it's heartwarming to know that the AED that we have that saved Greg's life, that was donated to us. The YMCA is just one of many organizations that make up this community. In fact, it takes all of us. Not any one single agency can meet these community needs. We all have to be together. We all have to live united.
When you give to United Way, your donation helps people in more ways than you can imagine. Who would have thought that when Ron and Lindsay took an American Red Cross life-saving class, their training would be put to use at another United Way agency to save a life?
I've been called a hero, but there are a million heroes out there, and those are the people that donate to the United Way.
United Way, its partner agencies and volunteers are committed to reaching out, inspiring hope, and helping people overcome the challenges they face. They give their time and resources to improve the lives of those around them, delivering meals, providing transportation, reading to children, assisting the elderly, sorting and packing food, or giving financially. Throughout the Black Hills area, people are stepping up every day to help others in extraordinary ways. Every effort, every gift helps to make lasting change in someone's life. $1 will provide 10 pounds of food. $5 will purchase a toy during the holidays for a young child or a meal for an elderly person. $10 will provide support to someone who has lost a loved one to suicide. $25 will provide a holiday gift basket for a family for Thanksgiving or Christmas. $30 will provide one free book a month to a child under the age of 5. $30 will provide dental services to someone in need. $184 will provide one child a backpack filled with food every weekend for an entire year.
Not only do they wear the shirt, they live it.
She doesn't just wear the shirt, she lives it.
They don't just wear the shirt, they live it.
Steve doesn't just wear the shirt, he lives it.
They don't just wear the shirt, they live it.
The need is great. Be part of the solution. You can change the world around you. Lend a hand. Open your heart. Change a life.